Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joe, and welcome back to another episode of the Inside Our Phillies podcast. The trade deadline is done, and the Phillies have made a couple of moves. They traded for Harrison Bader from the Minnesota Twins, so they ended up making a couple moves from the Twins, and they also traded for Matt Manning, who was DFA'd by the Tigers, and then sent him to Single A Clearwater. So to talk about this all, we have SJ Phil's fan. How's it going, SJ?
I'm feeling more confident than you, my friend.
I am not feeling great. I think this is the lowest I've been about the Phillies in quite a long time and how they're ran. But I'm sure that people want to hear the optimism and the positivity first. So I'll pass it off to you, and you can talk about whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. So, as I called out in a couple podcasts ago, Bring Our Wishes, I wanted Harrison Bader. I thought he was the perfect fit for that right-handed outfielder who was going to be cheap to get, and we got him. I am hyped. We didn't give up really anything for him. I did like one of the guys, like 16-year-old, just started Venezuela League, so like if he ever makes it, it's going to be like in 5+ years. The guy is Double-A outfielder Mendez, right? Got him from the Brewers. He looks decent, but also just never know.
Number 13 prospect, I think, right? Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm fine. I like the Bader move. But it's just I feel a lot of the attitude and mood everyone is having is just the fact we did the move so early in the day, and then nothing else. That really brings it down. But also the craziness of this deadline was so hype. But it also was just led by the Padres going balls to the wall with everything, and the Twins deciding to fire sell within 24 hours. They got rid of 10 guys on the Major League roster. Like, that's insane. Like even the Marlins fire sales, there was like over like a couple weeks in over a month in off season, and you knew it was coming. This was just out of nowhere. 24 hours, half the team is gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unprecedented. I saw some people earlier saying that it makes them look more realistic when they trade everybody in MLB The Show or Out of the Park Baseball. Like, the Twins did what so many people like to do in their video games, which was interesting to see. And I'm with you. Like, Harrison Bader is fine. He's had a pretty good year this year. He's probably on pace for the best year of his career. We'll see how it holds up. But what really excites you about Harrison Bader?
He has the third highest OPS on the Phillies already.
Yeah, he does, but I think that tells you more about the Phillies than about Harrison Bader. I mean, you could look.
I know, but it's just, he's great defensive outfielder. He bats right-handed.
He does,
and he has success in the postseason.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm never a big believer in like postseason sample sizes because it's always just such a small sample.
I know, but also the Mets are trying to get him. The Mets end up getting Mullins, who is, I feel, is overhyped. He hasn't hit really in years, and his defense is made up for his speed. He has like the worst arm. I think he's like the 1% arm for an outfielder. It's just So I think that one's just like oh, the Mets made another move, but I don't. But
Bader's better than Mullins. Bader is definitely better than Mullins.
Exactly. So I like that. But my disappointment is with seeing someone like the Bednar was given to the Yankees for nothing. Duvall was given to the Yankees for nothing. And I think a lot of this I think a lot of the disappointment is I talked about this with you. I talked about it with my dad. I think some other people. But my belief is Dombrowski tunneled too hard on Kwan and let all the other little moves that we could have gotten go down.
It sounds like it, right? I mean, I think it's pretty hard to argue that point. Apparently the Phillies were quite close to getting Steven Kwan, and they didn't want to give up Andrew Painter, so that deal never came into fruition. And we'll talk more about Andrew Painter a little bit later on, or actually I'll get into it right now, because I'm pretty low on Andrew Painter right now. It's been, at this point, more than 2 years, more than 24 months. Then he got Tommy John, just by a little bit, but it is more than 2 years. And for most guys, you're seeing a full 100% return to their former self by 24 months. And Andrew Painter's not there. even in these last couple of starts that he's had in Lehigh Valley, the strikeouts aren't there. He can't strike out, a batter an inning and or even really come all that close to it in Lehigh Valley. So I'm really worried about Andrew Painter, and I think he might be overhyped. And with Aiden Miller, here's a guy that's in Reading. Absolute beautiful place to play for hitters. Hitters thrive in Reading. It's like the Pacific Coast League. And Aiden Miller's not doing it. He's young. I have quite a bit of faith still in Aiden Miller. But I have concern for both of them that I did not have in the beginning of the year. And I would have been, I think, more willing to part with those players than the Phillies would. If I would have put Andrew Painter into trade for Steven Kwan, personally.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I think if we got Kwan, I would have been okay giving up Painter just considering how he's been doing. And it's just now, honestly, he has so much more pressure on him that it's kind of unfair on him that the Phillies didn't make any other moves and trade away anyone else.
Yeah.
But also just focusing on Kwan and everything. It's like, honestly, the Phillies could have gotten so creative and like traded some prospects, tried to like do some salary dumps that other teams were doing. But we could have gotten Bednar for lower level prospect, like easily for people we wouldn't really be upset with because he has another year of control. Taylor Rogers should have been the first guy Dombrowski went after Bader was done. That's the obvious. The Pirates were clearly going to trade him. He was just in the salary dump for the Hayes trade. And my biggest disappointment is, where were we on Laureano and the Orioles? My ideal trade would have been some like 3-team trade where we dump Castellanos, get Laureano, and then we just make it work. And this way you can dump Castellanos.
You'd have to give up more to dump Castellanos is a negative asset and Laureano is a positive one, so you'd have to give up.
Oh, no, you give up prospects, but you still there's definitely a way we could have give up, not sold the farm, but we could have gotten Laureano, traded Castellanos, got rid of Kepler, we're getting into that later, and brought up Crawford, and our whole lineup would have been totally different. And I think you wouldn't have to give up, I believe, Painter and Miller. I think that there was a possibility those trades could have been made, and that was the biggest waste for him trying to go so hard on Kwan.
Hopefully, I think that they could have spent the resources that they spent on Duran better than what they ended up spending. You look at the trades today, and the Bednar trade plus the Rogers trade, you add those two guys, I'd probably rather have that than Duran, and it costs quite a bit less. You can put in like Doval in there too. I'd rather have like Doval and Rogers or Duvall and Finnegan. Like those two guys, I would rather have than just Duran. And
but Duran is the best player traded. The whole trade line. We got the best player.
Mason Miller.
Mason Miller may have more potential, but right now Duran is better. Mason Miller has been more human so far, and who knows what's going to be because it's just with athletics and stuff. But his peripherals, the barrel rate, walk rate, all trending in the wrong direction. Duran has been insane.
Have you taken a look at Harrison Bader's peripherals? Take a look at his Savant page.
Do that right now.
It's not pretty. 24th percentile xWOBA, 9th percentile expected batting average, 26th percentile expected slugging.
So that's a whole lot of blue, Joe.
It's a lot of blue. 10th percentile average exit velocity, 8% squared up percentage, 27th percentile chase percentage, 19th percentile whiff percentage, 18th percentile K percentage. Like, my heart broke when I saw this because like Harrison Bader is better than Rojas and he's better than Kepler. Again, we'll get into Kepler. But what are you doing? Like, this guy is clearly showing all the signs of regression. If his expected batting average is 225 and his actual batting average is It's 258. This guy's overperforming. What's his BABIP? What's Harrison Bader's BABIP? Let me look that up. I bet you his BABIP is probably really high.
Probably. Yeah, his BABIP is 322, but what's his career BABIP? That's the.
Yeah, let's look this up. Should have had this prepared. Before
his career BABIP is 298. So he's almost 30 points higher on his BABIP this year.
sustainable. I love it. I love it. Like, honestly, I come out of this trade deadline with zero faith left in Dave Dombrowski because for everything that people have said about how he's improved the mechanics of the team, the development of the team, the drafting of the team, where is it? I mean, the guys that the Padres traded away, they're guys they traded for, nothing. They're guys they made waiver claims for. They're guys they signed for $10,000 in the international bonus pool money. Like, why can't the Phillies do any of this? They can't do any of it. The Padres traded away so much today, but I bet you in a couple of years their farm system's going to be better than ours just because they can develop and they have good scouting, and the Phillies still do not. That's why we have to hold on to these prospects like they're all we have because there's almost none of them.
Yeah, no. Well, Dombrowski came in to fix what Clintock was supposed to be, that kind of young guy that was able to like hot shot analytics crap, and he was disaster at it. And then so we brought in the old Hall of Fame guy to try to course correct quickly, which he did. But then we're like trying to build the farm, and Dombrowski hasn't been able to build up the farm.
Yeah, and I think we were both in agreement that the Phillies needed to plug their offense more than they needed to plug their bullpen. And, there weren't that many impactful offensive players that were traded. But Harrison Bader, to me, like, I didn't realize that he was on, he's on a mutual option for next year, but I pretty much always view a mutual option as never going to happen because when are the player and team ever going to both be happy with that amount? Like, either the player's going to overperform and they're going to opt out, or he's going to underperform and the team's going to opt out. So I'm really looking at Harrison Bader as a rental. So, we gave up, assets, maybe not a ton, but we gave up assets to be in the exact same bullpen or exact same outfield situation, after the year.
Yeah. I'm just more upset about Dombrowski, what he said about Kepler. I mean, he did use specific words like, "Oh, he's our left fielder today." He used the word today, but then he brought up stuff like, "Oh, he's hitting the ball really hard the past week," which is just like, great. He still did nothing with that. I don't care if he's hitting the ball harder this week. He sucks. He's not going to improve. Yeah, he sucks.
It's like a low sample size. I don't care if you look incredible for a week. I don't care. It's 1 week.
I know, and it also pissed me off. Like, oh, we don't want to bring up Crawford and then not play him. Well, how about you just start him for 2 weeks, see what he does, and you can just always just option him then. He won't be worse than Kepler.
Maybe they want to preserve the option. I mean, it's been reported that the Phillies are quite a bit higher on Justin Crawford than other teams, which is probably a big part of why Justin Crawford hasn't been traded.
Then put your money like where your mouth is and play the damn guy.
And the outfield is just in like pretty much the exact situation that it was. I mean,
well, Marsh's numbers are totally brought down by his horrible April and when he was like not right. So yeah. That's that. But yeah, no, I agree. We need to get creative. We need to get rid of Castellanos. I think that was the correct move.
I would have loved to bring in a Tyler O'Neill, a Brian Reynolds, as somebody and get rid of the Castellanos contract or get rid of the Walker contract or something. Because we're staring down the barrel of Alec Boehm and Nick Castellanos getting gigantic at-bats in October again.
Yeah, what's the update on Boehm? When the hell is he coming back?
I heard 2 or 3 weeks. I heard, he's starting to swing, and it might be a little painful, but he is looking on track.
Okay, I'm surprised he could take any pain. Seems like he falls at any sort of adversity.
Yeah, he certainly is. I mean, he was literally benched last postseason, and now we're expecting him to be a postseason contributor.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you do? Everybody knew that the problems that the Phillies had going into this year were the bullpen and the outfield. And instead of signing free agents, now the Phillies gave up prospects for the same thing. And if Jose Alvarado didn't get suspended, then I don't think the difference between Alvarado and Duran's all that big. It's not that big. So I don't know. This doesn't really make the bullpen better than we thought earlier in the year when we had Alvarado.
Yeah, no, you are bringing back to reality, and I hate you for that. Thank you very much. But, yeah, you gotta have faith that something good will happen. Maybe Bader could change the clubhouse. Maybe Kepler is going to be gone tomorrow.
I hope.
We haven't made any moves for the 26-man roster. Nothing's been decided.
Actually, there were some moves if you looked at.
Oh, yeah, but that was the 40-man stuff. They're
the
DFA got.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry, the 40-man.
Yeah, the guys I forgot we even had on the roster. Like, why do we even claim these guys every year? Always like, why do we just claim these crappy guys every year?
I think it was Devin Sweet got DFA'd, and I think Brett DeGus got DFA'd.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who?
Exactly. That's a good point. I mean, I don't know. What do you think is the Phillies' best outfield right now?
Marsh, Bader, Castellanos.
Is it?
Well, but my ideal one is going to be, whatever. I don't know. Can Bader play right? I mean, who could play? The problem is who could play? Can Marsh play? Can Crawford play right? That's the problem.
Crawford could probably. I mean, I just go in with the assumption that if somebody can play center, they can play the corners. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Then that's fine. Yeah, I would want I would want not Kepler. Never Kepler. I would want Marsh, Bader, and Crawford. That was what I would want in the outfield. Right. I mean, that's who I would want on our team right now.
Is Kepler better than Castellanos? I mean, I agree with you that my three would probably be Crawford, Bader, Marsh. But, like, I think there's an argument for Kepler being 4 and Castellanos being 5.
Well, yeah, because Kepler is definitely a better defender, and I feel more confident in pitch hitting. Barely. Castellanos just feels like he would just never do well in pitch hits.
You're stuck with Castellanos, because if you do anything to him, he's going to complain about it, and he's going to cause a stink in the clubhouse, right?
Which is why they should have done what they could to trade him. Like, the dude is worth negative WAR now.
They all are in the outfield. I mean, Marsh, that first month, like you said, but...
Yeah, that's...
Who do you think had a better trade deadline, the Mets or the Phillies? The Mets got...
Mets just because they got Rogers as well. So if we got one more bullpen arm, I would have feel we needed one more move, whether it be bullpen or another bat. The fact that we get nothing else is just the problem.
Yeah, for those that are curious, the transactions that the Mets made, they traded for Ryan Helsley from the Cardinals. They traded for Tyler Rogers from the Giants. They traded for Gregory Soto from the Orioles. And then also from the Orioles, they traded for Cedric Mullins. So, some interesting stuff there by the Mets. I don't know. I'm surprised the Mets didn't trade for a starting pitcher. I'm really surprised. I mean, the starting pitchers in general feel like they didn't move, aside from like Dustin May, who was traded for some reason. But
yeah, but they got one like I think like the best prospect out of the Devers deal for that. So that Giants fans could be dying in a couple years of that if he figures it out with the Dodgers development.
That's true.
Like that's a smart move. Like they traded a guy who was like so being a sparring contract. They got a decent prospect, and they're pretending like.
I agree with you. I mean, I'm just so tired of the Phillies being the same team. Like, it feels like every year they've been the exact same. I know there's been changes, but they just feel so similar. And I don't remember getting so tired of watching a team every night as I am with, like, this generation of the Phillies. Even when they were bad and it was Cody Ashe and Maikel Franco and Tommy Joseph.
They were young. They were hoping they would pan out. No, but you have guys like Castellanos and Kepler who just are just killing the clubhouse vibe and everything. And then you have, I don't know, we could have got Willie Castro or something like.
Something, right? Like, there were moves to be made still.
Yeah.
Like, who comes up as, like, the two guys when the roster expands to 28 in September? Because you had a 26-man roster, and then in September it goes up to 28. So... I mean, you figure Crawford, right? And then maybe Stubbs?
Yeah, that's exactly who I would go with.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I know, but hey, maybe the move, maybe one of those college guys shoots up in August and we get a stud reliever rookie that steals the show.
It's tough to see that happening, though, with the bullpen as it is now, because you look at the bullpen for the postseason.
There is already talk about Luzardo moving to the bullpen.
Well, even without Luzardo in the bullpen now, You have Duran in the bullpen. You have Strom in the bullpen. You have Kerkering in the bullpen. Those are probably your top three. Banks is, pretty good. I think I trust him to some extent. You have, oh God, who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting a righty.
I don't know.
Never mind. You got people that are moving over from, you have Luzardo in the bullpen soon enough. I don't know. Like there's already your 5 guys in the bullpen for the postseason. So I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, the Phillies have the 40-man spots to get rid of. I mean, even with the 2 DFAs today, they still have like complete, non-prospects, non-palatable players.
Yeah, like Michael Mercado, Alan Rangel, Josh Walker.
Yeah.
Cal Stevenson still on. Weston Wilson.
At least he has options.
Brewer Hicklin. We always claim. Yeah, it's just. Yeah. Yeah, it's just. Oh yeah, we have Robertson coming back. Yeah.
Robertson, that was the righty. I was forgetting.
But his velocity was like low 90s. That doesn't. That's. Yeah, Daniel Roberts still on the stupid roster.
Maybe not for long. I mean, the bullpen is going to change. For how many things in the team are not going to change? The bullpen is because you're getting obviously the Duran acquisition. There's going to have to be some kind of 26-man roster change. When you get Alvarado back, there's going to have to be some kind of 26 roster man change. When you call Robertson up, there's going to be some kind of 26-man roster change. So, I mean, you figure, well, Ross is going to be gone. Ross is hurt right now, but he's probably going to be gone. You figure like Ron Hell is going to be gone, and like Seth Johnson, like maybe those are the 3.
Yeah, no, but as much as we're all down this team, this team should be hitting better with the players they have. So there is a chance they figure their shit out and they go on a run at the right time. There's still that chance.
Like, I'm trying not to seem too down. And the Phillies should still make the playoffs, right? I mean, at the end of the day, they're in a good position to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to win the division, but they have a chance to win the division. They have a chance to get a bye still, which would be nice. And, to be fair, to be on the more optimistic side, a lot of the contenders in the National League also didn't do very much. The Brewers did essentially nothing. The Dodgers did essentially nothing. Padres obviously did a lot. Mets did, I think, a little bit more than the Phillies. Cubs didn't really do much of anything.
Yeah, this trade was crazy, but it was mostly propped up by the Astros, Padres, and a little bit of the Yankees.
And the Twins.
Yeah, the Twins. Yeah, the Twins, number one, just because I was just insane. No one saw this coming. And then Padres, because they got Miller, and then just kept trading away everyone. Astros, because they got making more moves. I don't know where these guys are all going to play. And then, the Yankees made some surprising moves. So, but it's just really 3 teams really just propping up this whole trend on.
His bullpen is just nasty. The Padres bullpen might be the best bullpen of all time. I mean, it's crazy what they have going on out there.
Yeah, but we had the best rotation of all time in 2011. That did shit.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I'm trying to be optimistic. Like, I don't want to be too down on this team. See what happens. I mean, this is a team that just lost a series to the White Sox, so that already, shitty enough. And I don't know. I think this is just a downtime for the Phillies, and hopefully, these more American League games coming up, there's some wins to be had.
Yeah, well, I mean, but there is it's good news. The Twins only play 2 National League teams the rest of the year, both in September. One is the Diamondbacks, and to end the season, they play the Phillies.
I wish that was in Minnesota. That would have been funny. But 3 wins should be 3 free wins against Minnesota there. For what it's worth, we have like a really exciting series coming up here against Detroit. I think Saturday is Skubal and Wheeler. So, one of the better pitching matchups you'll get all year long. So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll see. I hope we will be recording at some point. I'll have an episode up. It's a Sunday night game, so I'll try to record after the game on Sunday. Is there anything else that you have for us today, SJ, before we wrap this solemn episode up?
I'm excited for Duran. I don't give a crap. I love him. He's my boy.
That's fair. I mean, hopefully we get the cool intro. I mean, his intro is pretty awesome with the fire and everything. So
that would just be pathetic if the front office doesn't do shit to get that ready.
they'll probably want ads instead.
God.
They love their ads.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we have today. The Phillies are a better team than they were yesterday, and yesterday they ended the day better than they started it. So 2 days in a row where the Phillies improved, just maybe not as much as we wanted. So with that being said, thank you for listening, everybody. I'll be back on Sunday night, unless something unforeseen happens, but I expect to be back on Sunday night. And thank you all for listening, and hopefully more positive in the episodes to come. Have a good one.
Like and subscribe. Love ya.